Bam!
Jayson Waller here, True Underdog Podcast. We have an Underdog Bites today called Legacy is Greater Than Dollars. Your legacy is so much more important than how much money you accumulate. I've been broke. I've been rich. I will tell you, money's nice. Buys great shit. Makes life a little easier in some aspect. However, legacy is so much more important. Chasing something besides the money is so much more important. The problem we have is many people get caught up in chasing the dollars and cents rather than the value they bring to others and everlasting legacy they're leaving behind. You've heard the cliche comment, right? You can't take the money with you. Sure, you can leave it for your kids. Sure, you can do those things. Be responsible. I got that. But legacy is important. How many lives did you impact? How many lives did you change? How many people did you elevate? How many people did you serve? What did you do different today than you did yesterday? How did you make someone's life better while you were here? Those are things that matter a lot more than money. There are people that don't have a lot that are really happy. They have a great legacy because of the people they've impacted. Maybe you've impacted one person that's still leaving a great legacy, at least for that one person. You have to learn how you can impact the world and how you can impact people. The world's already a bad place with a lot of bullshit going on. The best thing we can do is show empathy, sympathy, and start showing gratitude. Start finding ways to elevate people. It's very important. I've got some quotes from the book on this subject. Own Your Power book quotes. Here we go. And you can check out my book, obviously, on Amazon right now. It's the #1 new bestseller. And it's coming out the hard book, and that's on the ebook. The hard book and the soft book and the Audible book come out in January. We've got some extra stuff, content going in it. So be on the lookout for that. But right now you can go on Amazon, you get the ebook, you can read it. Hopefully you love it, but it is the #1 new release. So here we go. Own Your Power book quotes. That shit is nice. But if that's what you're chasing, you're going after the wrong thing. What you want is to be fulfilled. That's what you need to chase. Anytime you take an action, produce a result, and feel a deep sense of joy from the achievement, that's a signal to do more of that. It will help you know that you are on the right path. Think about that. Making a lot of money is a result, but the gratification is very limited. Like, oh, yay, my bank account's bigger. I can buy this. I can tell you from someone who grew up in a trailer park, who didn't have a pot to piss in, that turned around and has made millions and millions of dollars, had Lamborghinis, flown private, Ferraris. I've done all that shit. There's nobody's fireworks that come out. There's no like dancing pigs. There's none of that stuff. None of that stuff happens. It's nothing special. In fact, the more money you make, the more likely you're to be depressed because there's nothing to chase. Oh, I'm going to chase. I want to get that house. Oh, I'm going to chase. I'm going to get that car. Oh, I'm going to chase and get that plane. You got nothing to chase if you're following tangible items. If you're chasing after the wrong shit, that's what happens. You chase after money. You chase after different things that you actually can just use but not take with you and that don't have an impact on somebody's soul or mind. It's the wrong thing. But think about if you chase something that just empowers people. Think about teachers teaching our kids right now. They are way underpaid. They're not in it for the money. They're in it because they love that feeling of educating somebody, that accomplishment they're giving our youth, that guidance, that impact, that legacy. That's what they're doing. Teachers do that. What about volunteer firemen? They don't get paid money. They're volunteers. But what are they doing? They're building a legacy. They're helping people. They're serving people. That's what it's about. I believe success is fulfillment. Success is not how much money you make. Success is not what your title is. Success is not breaking records and being the top at your game. All those are nice things and they feel good. But success is fulfillment. Something that brings you joy inside that you don't have to buy. We've given over $1 million in philanthropy every year lately. And we're giving back to St. Jude's Hospital. We're giving back to Military Makeover. We've given back to so many different places that we've given back to. And, you know, it's just a game changer. When you give back to people and you see the difference you make in people's lives, that is legacy. That's important. We love doing that. We do it on a local level and we do it on a national level. I have another quote for you. Money won't fulfill you. It's nice, makes life prettier and easier at times, but it doesn't fill you up. Pursue fulfillment instead. Usually financial security is part of that, though there are plenty of people who don't have much money at all that are fulfilled. They're happy with what they do. I just brought that up. I just talked about teachers and volunteer firemen. A lot of you out there listening here, maybe you don't have all the money in the world. Maybe you can't buy that cool car. Maybe you can't buy that cool outfit. Maybe you can't fly first class or private. But if you're serving people and you're happy, you're fulfilled. You're doing the right thing. You're on the right path. Maybe you do have all this money. Maybe you are doing everything and you're a miserable person and you just can't stand people. And you're not serving people and you're self-induced and you're about yourself. Guess what? You're not fulfilled. You're miserable. And you're going to die miserable if you don't find a way to have empathy and sympathy and give back to the world and start serving people and doing something that fulfills you. Quit chasing dollars and cents. It's wasteful. Here's a message from our sponsor. Today's show has been brought to you by Power Home Solar. It's time to own your power, not rent your power. Don't be left in the dark and start reducing those electricity bills. If you're looking for a career, visit powerhome.com/careers. Bam. All right, great. Power Home Solar. All right, here we go. I got another quote. Here we go. All our lives intersect. It's easy to put off meetings or social interaction some days. But choosing to connect with people is one of the most important decisions you can make. Embrace connection and capitalize on relationship building opportunities with all types of people, especially on the days you don't want to. I can't tell you how many times that I didn't want to take a meeting. I'm like, oh, I got to meet with that person. What am I doing? Why? And then it's changed my life. One of the best meetings I've ever had. That happens all the time. Don't judge a book by its cover. Always find time for somebody. You may learn something. You may find synergies. You may help somebody. Maybe they need you. Maybe you need them. Maybe it's just a learning lesson. Maybe it's just two people wasting some time. But either way, don't miss those opportunities. They impact and change your life forever. You got to follow legacy, not dollars. And yes, dollars are important, and that helps you get legacy sometimes. But you got to ask yourself, what am I doing here? How can I help this person? How can they help me? How can we all win at life? We're a team. We're human beings, and we're a team. How do we get better? Actionable tips from this episode. Ask yourself, when I'm gone, will the money I made really even matter? And the answer is no. It won't matter, because your children and your children's children are going to take that money and build their own names and legacy. And you'll be forgotten, except to those that you've impacted, except for those that you built a legacy around, except for those that you served. They'll forever remember you. Ask yourself, do I want to make $1 million or do I want to help millions of people? It's a big question. It's a gut check. Do you want to make $1 million or do you want to help 1 million people? If you help 1 million people, you're going to make a hell of a lot more than $1 million. Think about it. You need to focus on legacy. 3, ask yourself, what will people say about me when I'm gone? Will I be missed or will I be forgotten? We can go back to number 1 on that. If you make an impact on people's lives, if you are truly doing the right thing all the time, if you are truly out there trying to build a legacy and serve people, you won't be forgotten. You will be missed. If you are self-centered and you're just chasing that dollar bill, you're going to be forgotten. Now, I want to wrap this episode up. Say, summary, life is about so much more than how much money you make. Fulfillment is success, right? We should all prioritize empathy, legacy, and providing value over money. Let me say that again. We should all prioritize empathy, legacy, and providing value over money. The value of time, the value of friendship, the value of relationship is so much more important than money. Making a long-lasting impact on people's lives is massively undervalued. Think of your pastor if you go to church, right? They don't get paid a lot of money, but they make a difference in people's lives. They allow them to be spiritually connected and serve and be a part of a group to, have relationship, and religion all together. You know, they're finding a way to do that. You have to ask yourself how you can do that. Another one, focus on changing the world rather than only trying to change your own life. That goes back to make a million or help a million. If you focus on making change in the world, things will happen good in your life. If you only focus on yourself and your goggles are on, you're going to be miserable. You're just going to be sitting there focusing on yourself, and you're not expanding your horizon or your depth, and you're missing so much stuff. Now, make sure you check out the book, Amazon.com. Book is called Own Your Power. No BS, no excuses. Your time is now. Check it out. Make sure you follow and subscribe here at the podcast, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple, Google, Castbox, you name it, we're on it. YouTube channel, all golden, baby. I appreciate you guys listening. That's a wrap here at True Underdog. Underdog Bites. Legacy is greater than dollars. Bam.
And that concludes another episode here on True Underdog. If you're interested in hearing more, make sure you subscribe at iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or the YouTube channel. You can always visit TrueUnderdog.com, subscribe to all of them. Make sure you check out our newest episodes coming out on Mondays and Thursdays. True Underdog, baby. Bam!